What up, CoreofU family, community of restoration and enlightenment.
What's going on?
That's us. That's we. Always join us here on Facebook at the CoreofU. And that's on IG, Facebook, YouTube. Subscribe so you can get the videos and go back and watch them. And more importantly, if you get something from it and the spirit leads you to, share it with someone who might be able to get a benefit from the videos, right?
No doubt. Yeah, we're always grateful for the support that we get and for people that share the videos. And we always ask if you have something that you think would be a good topic for us to touch on, hit on, by all means,
let's do it.
Send it to us because it's always good to vibe with other like minds as we continue to try to elevate in this world with so much craziness going on. And speaking of that, we always like to hit some current events.
Oh, yeah. Hit it, hit it.
I was looking at my home state where the young man in Oxford went in and killed 4 people, ended up dying, and maybe 8 to 10 more were injured in high school. But now there are things that come out today where his parents are being held accountable, and they have a warrant out for the parents. So wow, I mean that story just is tragic for all involved, and we're just keeping our prayers out for all of the families of the victims and stuff like that, because I'm sure the last thing you want in life is to send your child to school, send your child anywhere, you know what I mean, but to send them to school and they not return because someone had a vengeful agenda. They haven't even said why or what, but that's just still sad. That's really unfortunate. Most people say in life, you want to, in an ideal world, the children are supposed to bury the parents, not the other way around, parents burying the children. So it's just sad.
Hey, Carl.
So prayers out. What's up, Carl? What's up, Evie? Prayers out to all of the people that are affected and the families in Oxford. We're praying definitely for that in the news. And I guess the other big thing in the news, as most people know, is, how do you even pronounce it? Is it Omicron?
The Omicron.
The Omicron
variant.
This new variant that we have.
Yes.
Things that are going on.
That seems to be vaccine resistant, and double vaccinated people are still getting it, like if you're with 2 people.
Yeah.
So we can't let our guards down. We have to stay diligent. People are still losing their lives.
Absolutely.
And it's changing. It's mutating.
It's mutating and
so
it's changing.
We gotta be
it's crazy.
As fluid with how we respond to everything. And because of all of that stuff, we wanted to talk to you guys about coping with it. I mean, and then let's shout out to the community.
Well, we got Eb on, we got Carl on, and I can't see the other ones that are on.
All right, well, that's family.
So welcome to another CoreofU Friday Convo. So we wanted to talk to you today just real quick about maybe you want to share what are your mechanisms for dealing with stress. How do you deal with stress or coping with stress? Things that you can effectively do when you're just feeling stressed. Maybe if you're feeling tired, you're feeling depleted, you just feel like you've given all that you can, you don't have anything else, you kind of at your wits end, people say sometimes, and you're just stressed. And you get to that moment sometimes where you just feel like you're going to break, or you're going to be broken, or you feel broken, or you're already there. Whatever it is, what are some of the things that you may do? And we'll share some of those things that we do in those stressful times and those stressful moments. Absolutely, Carl, my man. Get you a nice cigar. Definitely. I go in my backyard and it's just me. I turn on me a little jazz, a little old school music.
Right.
And my wife be like, "You're just having a good time out there all by yourself." And I'm like, sure will. And I'll smoke me a stogie, man, and sit back and look at the beautiful night light, or if I'm out there during the day and suns. That is definitely one for me. Definitely. Ooh, Ebby B said, disconnect from technology. Man, I think
mine is, I like that.
That one is huge, because I think technology, most certainly, like social media and all these things, definitely has increased the stress level of people not getting likes, not people not commenting on what you post. Just technology in general, you know what I mean? I'm trying to work on that.
Well, and the reason that was so good, Evie, because I was taking a workshop today, and literally they're like, a set amount of time before resting, like a resting regimen, is to technically like not watch TV a certain amount of time before sleeping, not being on the phone or on social media, because all the blue lights and the stimulation is really counterproductive to rest in a resting regimen.
Yeah.
So I really do like that one, because we might think of it like, oh, it can even be switching the day around about how close to sleep so that you can get a restful amount of sleep that then also affects your stress.
Absolutely.
In addition to taking some technological fasts and things like that. That's one of the things I like to fast from.
Yeah, that's really good. I mean, I know like one of the things I talk about often when I'm talking to people, and I ask the question, and people automatically like, yeah, have you ever like had a busy day, things were going crazy, right? And then you like, all right, if I can just get home and get into bed and get some rest, and you get into bed and you go to sleep, but you wake up the next day and you're more tired than you were before you even went to bed. That's because your mind was just constantly moving and going. You know what I mean? So I think if we can get away from some of that technology and the stresses and stuff right before we go to bed, I absolutely believe it can be helpful for us.
That's a good comment.
Carl also said a lot of times just having a conversation with my wife, that reduces my stress.
Ooh,
you know what? And
your person, whoever your person is.
Yeah, she called that, my wifey says that a lot, my person. Who is your person? Who is that person? But think about how many, and I'm not being negative or judgment zone, but just think about how many people are in relationships or friendships or families or whatever, and their person just continues to add to their stress. They don't have that. They don't have the ability to be able to go and talk to your person, and it allows you to be stress free. In fact, you like, I can't talk to her or I can't talk to him because they gonna set me even more on edge. Think about that.
Right.
You know?
That's a good point. And I like that point in general, because there could be people in your life that is part of the stressor. You know, like certain family members, children, work personalities, and so that's a good thing to take note of if we're in certain people's energy, and it's like you're like, why is I'm having a physical reaction? I don't even really want to be around you. My spirit is unsettled. You know.
Yeah, I think we do that for each other as well, because sometimes you'll call and be like, hey, it's been a stressful day. I'm getting ready to go on this, and I need to just focus my mind. Can you just pray? Or I just need to hear your voice. And we'll talk during the course of the day and do the same thing sometimes. So that's excellent. It's excellent to be able to have your person, as she says. I like when she says that. Who is your person? And Eb says the consistency of the ongoing alerts and news updates can make you crazy. And yes, that's, man, isn't that truthful? You know, we
gotta be able to back away. We talked about that last session too. Segment a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. You definitely, those alerts, man. And that, I look at, maybe about a month ago, Facebook or IG went down for a couple of hours, and all the jokes that people were telling, but there was some serious, there was some reality in some of the comedic takes that people were having about, just stressing and not being able to have my phone, not be able to get on IG, not be able to post, not able to see anybody else's post. That alone stressed people out big time in that day. I mean, it was really a big deal.
The reliance and dependence on it. Well, they say that the social media and certain things, it's actually like addictive, and it gives you the same kind of high, and it's triggering the same kind of, and I don't know, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say endorphins, but I think it could be other stuff. And it's learning us that, what was that? Do you remember the documentary we watched about it? And one of the things it said was to unengage your alert, so that when you want to have uninterrupted time, you can control it, and when you want to go in, you can go in, but it's not calling you in because you've disabled the alerts. So I think that's a great call out for so many different reasons.
Absolutely, because
that alone can heighten it.
Just talking about some of your coping mechanisms for stress. I like to get around a big body of water. If I can't do that, a good shower is always good. Water is how I kind of meditate and kind of get in my Zen moment, have my Zen moment and get in my zone. early in the morning. I do it often if I take a shower, you know, and just makes me feel good and just gets me there. But I also like to get around a big body of water, a lake, a river. We out here in Cali, so the ocean. If we can get there and just meditate and just watch the water and listen to the waves. If it's quiet enough, you can listen to the water. That's therapeutic. That's very that's a good way for me to meditate and to get away from the stress. And when I leave, I usually, probably 99% of the time, I feel a little better. Even if I'm not stressed, but when I go there, it still just gives me that calm and that good feeling. So definitely water is a great way.
I can dig that because I like doing baths at the end of it. Like if my body's really tight, because I carry my stress in my body. And so my body will tell me even when my mind hasn't become aware of it. And I'll notice certain things tight. And so for me, the water helps me release, add a bath bomb in there or something, do some candles. When I don't have time for that, I do the walk in the morning. Or if I don't have time for the walk in the morning, I'll just go let the sun hit my face. Just even for 30 seconds or a minute, it just helps me like reset.
No doubt.
Just to have the fresh air as well as the sunlight. And I'm starting to get into these 5-minute meditations and things that I could look up. Or stretching. Stretching is very...
Stretching, yeah. I can go to the gym and it's very good. When I go work out, it's very good. I put my music on nice and I'm in my zone then and I get in it. And man, before you know it, an hour and a half, you done pass. And I'm like, oh shoot, I got to get out of here and get back home to the family, you know. So that's always
workout. Yeah, workout zone.
Workout zone is definitely a big thing. So we're just talking about coping mechanisms for stress and things like that. What's up, Reg? Hey, Elania. How are you guys?
Hey,
hope y'all having a wonderful Friday today. Just talking about coping mechanisms for stress. What do you do to get away, to unplug, to kind of get yourself back even keel, you know, when we're talking about coping mechanisms?
A big one, because Ken, I like that you say that people are addicted to certainty. And if 2020 came to teach us anything, it's the shifting sands are the only thing that's certain.
Right.
And so with that, a good coping strategy is to focus on what you can control. So what is that? The first thing is self. Like what in my world, about my schedule, what do I have control over?
No doubt.
So that I can focus on that and really be conscious of if something is coming up in my stress zone and I ask myself this one question, can I control that? Somebody in the family sick, can I control that?
Right.
They got all the stuff out on the porch and there ain't much at the stores. Can I control that? Right. What can I control if I get to bed on time and so I'm rested enough? If I decide to go take that walk or not, taking a moment with you and the children. What is it that I can control that can make my life a little easier?
Absolutely, and because the greatest control is self-control, right?
Yes, and I'm starting... That in of itself is helping to reduce the anxiety of all the things we can't control. Who's going to do the next racially motivated shooting or what's going to happen with COVID. But we can control how we manipulate the situations that we're operating in terms of what we do in it.
Because that's definitely at the center of a lot of people's stress. Is the fact that there are so many things that they can't control, especially if you are a person that is kind of like a control freak, as they say. You like to have your finger on the tab, and like you said, if COVID taught us nothing else, there are a lot of things that we just cannot control. We just don't have control over. So you got to kind of flow with the day, with the times, whatever's going on. And just maintain your self-control during that time. So absolutely, I think trying to control everything and control the outcome, control the journey to get to the outcome can cause a lot of people a lot of stress. And so
absolutely.
It's best if you just try to let it go.
That's a good tip. And then in terms of the physical things that we are feeling, a lot of times we need to... Top thing for me is literally making sure I get enough sleep.
Get some rest, right? Yeah.
So whatever that means, like right now I'm almost being like radical about it. Having to do it. All right, I'm gonna just shut it down. We've gone over it, eating well. Because when you don't eat well, you just don't feel good on the inside.
That's true. Yeah, your diet your diet is definitely connected to your stress
your
levels.
Vibration, right?
Absolutely. Things that you intake spiritually and physically, right? And naturally. Definitely.
And we kind of touched on a lot of this stuff that is on there, and I think we've organically touched on it. If you guys have anything else you want to drop in the comments, but you also need to know who your village is and rely on them.
Absolutely.
And so if you can't be honest with them about what's going on to help you through a moment, then they're not in your village. So you might have to reassess who's your people and who isn't your people, right?
All right. Well, that's another Friday CoreofU combo. Managing, coping with stressful times. What do you do to get through it, to maintain, and to get past it, and hopefully find your balance, find your chi again, to get back to just you, and to being able to operate at an optimal level as you, as the authentic you, because so many things are pulling and pushing on us and calling for our time and our energy. And so we have to make sure that we really, really take care of self first, so that then we can wear all these other hats to help all of these other people. Just like they tell you on the plane, make sure you put your mask on first in case of turbulence, So make sure you take care of you. Sometimes you have to be a little selfish and make sure you take care of you. No is an answer. No
boundaries.
is an answer.
That is
boundaries.
The no is part of the boundaries.
No is part of
you not be depleted.
And anybody that tells you that you shouldn't have boundaries and limitations is somebody that wasn't going to probably pay attention to them and adhere to them anyway. So you need to really know your people.
Yeah, I like that you said that. So the boundaries and the everything. We went over a lot in this video that people can go back to. But that's a good one, because you can set it on your job. You can manage how people treat you personally. And it's ways to do it and not put those relationships in detriment.
Absolutely.
It's just how you go about doing it. And so for me, I have stopped responding to everything immediately, because I don't want to set that expectation in terms of at work. It's like I can acknowledge certain things without having to respond and provide the answer on the spot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll get back to you when I can. And that, I'm acknowledging receipt, and I'll let you know. In that way, it's like, you know that I've seen it, but I'm not going to work on it at this moment.
Right.
No
doubt.
I've also started to manage certain things to get some of my evenings back.
There it is. All right. So we hope that you have a wonderful weekend. As always, join us. We try to get to this every Friday as much as we can. We took a little 2-week break because of the holidays and stuff like that, but we're back. But join us at TheCoreofU, CORE of the letter U. It stands for the Community of Restoration and Enlightenment. Oh,
and for those of you in the LA area, we'll be doing a pop-up this Sunday at Lamert Park. So we'll look for that on our social media page. That will be a vendor there. Doing spiritual readings, praying for people, selling our gear. We got the CoreofU I'm a Made Man, I'm a Made Woman shirts. Made man, made woman,
No doubt. So we trying to step it up as we get ready to head into 2022. We trying to step it up.
Yes.
So as always, we greet you with peace and we leave you with peace. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Peace.